probably about 100 of them that fast. I'll give everybody one more chance. If you're brand new, we love hearing from you. Whoever got you here, we'd love to know that you made it on, just like I did with Carrie. And so click on the little microphone in the lower left-hand corner or hit the space bar on your keyboard. Say hello. Don't forget to say what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hey, Rory, Rich Great, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Glad you made it.
Hi, Dominic, New York.
Dominic in New York. Welcome, Dominic. Glad you made it.
Andrew, Arizona.
Andrew from Arizona. Fantastic. Welcome, Andrew. Glad you made it.
Thank you, sir.
Anil from Maryland.
Anil from Maryland. Welcome, Anil. Glad you made it. I'm helping you ladies with that button. We'll just stay on top of it. And
yeah, they're piling
on
in.
each other. Yeah. It's amazing. It took Zoom took so long to let everybody in, and then it just got flooded in like that. Perfect. Anybody else brand new want to say hello? Let us know you made it on. All right, Linda. I'm gonna hit a couple of buttons.
This is Candy from Dallas.
Candy from Dallas, my second favorite city in the country. Welcome, Candy. Glad you made it. Good timing. I was about to hit that button. But I got to hit it now. All right. Hit that button and that button and that button. And I see our superstar is here, so that recording is going too. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the RRR247 and direct-to-consumer ambassador team training conference, office meeting, everything call. It's the most important night of the week, and we're glad you're here. If you didn't hear me earlier, because a lot of people came in really quick, Tuesday night is the most important night of the week. Write that down. Never miss a Tuesday night call. All the big announcements are for you. All the extra trainings are for you. The guest speakers are for you. They might be telling you about a brand new product or service that we're marketing. Anytime Rory and Tanya are going to add something new to the system to help you build, whether it's a product, a service, or a tool to help you get out there and touch the rest of the world like we all want to do, it's always going to be launched on a Tuesday night. Never any other night of the week, always Tuesday night. We'll launch it on Tuesday, train on Saturday. Launch on Tuesday, train on Saturday. Write that down. Never any other night of the week. And that's why it's the most important night of the week. But I also get the pleasure of introducing all of the new people to our co-founders. I want you all to know who you're getting in business with. What kind of people are behind the scenes, the co-founders here that created this, that had this dream, had this vision, and put it into motion, and has such a big army of people behind it and supporting it now. So I've been in the industry for 34 years, pretty close to 35 now. I've known the Ricords for 30 of those 34 years. I've worked with them for 3 decades now. When I got involved, I was a very young entrepreneur. I'm an ex-carpenter, hurt my back, went back to school to be an aviation mechanic, get my license or my associate's degree in avionics, go to work at the airport in general aviation. I wanted to work on the small stuff because you're allowed to take those apart, where the big ones you can't remove and replace, right? I wanted to work on the little ones and take that aircraft apart, put it back together, and watch it go 5,000 feet in the air. That's adrenaline. I love this. So that was my goal. That was my big dream. Went to school to be an aviation mechanic. And then right before that last semester of school, I'm packing in 16 credits a semester because I have a wife and 3 kids with me. I couldn't drag that out long term. I was packing it in hard and heavy. And before that last semester of school, I was introduced to this industry through a mailing, right? Something we got in the mail. Now, I've seen this industry many times before, from Avon to undercover wear lingerie, right? All my wife, my sister, my aunts, they were all involved, and all those great little companies. And we had Tupperware on every wall, home interiors on every wall, stuff flowing out of the cabinets and everywhere. It was all great stuff. But Nile never seen it as a career level income. I didn't meet anybody in those companies that showed me, career level to make me want to think this was for the men to dive in and make a career out of it and support the entire family out of it, because I didn't understand. I didn't see the big picture. No one took the time to explain it to me. But when I got seeing this one, I actually called the phone number on that mailing, and I talked to the person on the phone for a couple of hours, and I said, this is a lot more than I ever knew it was. this industry is actually kind of amazing. It can take somebody from any background, any education level, any skill set, and teach them to change the course of their life and hit dreams bigger than they've ever dreamed before. And that's one thing that I forgot how to do. And a lot of us adults forgot how to do that, how to dream. When we're little kids, we always talk about being cowboys and Indians and doctors and lawyers and all, and then as we kept saying that, there was a lot of adults that don't be silly. That's not going to happen, right? You're not going to be a cowboy. You're not going to be an Indian. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, little Johnny. Stop doing that. We got pumped into us and it was taken away from us and we forgot how to dream. These people that introduced me to the industry start teaching me how to dream again. Why'd you stop dreaming now? I don't know, because everybody told me to. So I had to get a good career and take care of my family. When I was in school, I was introduced to something amazing. It changed the course of my life. From a carpenter to a mechanic to an online marketer. And it's incredible everything that was happening. But when I first got started, I was real new. I was young, didn't know what I was doing. But I did want to do a lot of advertising. I'm already doing a mail order program, right? But I wanted to advertise in all the top newspapers in the country. And if I could do them all at the same time, that'd be great, or as many as I could. And I needed a voicemail that could handle a ton of volume. I wanted to throw a lot of volume at it, right? So everybody told me, go talk to Rory Ricord. That's the voicemail system that we're using. And it's also, he's going to show you how you can use it for training as well. And I said, how do I use a voicemail for training? Great. I called this Rory guy, asked for Rory, got Rory on the phone. He showed me, first of all, I met this young guy with a ton of energy, right? Just a lot of energy, and I'm a high energy person too, so we kind of connected a little bit. But I also heard this love to help other people, this passion to help other people, especially entrepreneurs, and this love for mass communication like I never heard before, except for maybe a little bit in my military days. No civilian ever had this kind of love for mass communication. He hooked me up with a great voicemail. It took all the volume I could throw at it. But here's the special thing that he taught me, what he put inside this voicemail system. As I built a network of people around the country, and I'm talking 10, 15, 20, 25,000 people, it didn't matter. I could put a message on that system to shoot it out to everybody at the same time, and they all got the message at once. Alicia, guess what? This was 1992. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. I didn't even have a pager yet, I don't think. We had none of this communication. But we had this young guy with a love for mass communication that figured out how to help all of us entrepreneurs with that system. And he did it through Ma Bell, right? He did it through the phone company, which is nothing more than a big computer with a lot of switchboards. He figured it out. He taught us, and we were able to build our business. Now, when the internet did come out in 93, 94, is when we all started bringing those giant monitors home and putting it on our desk or our kitchen counter. Took 2 people to carry it in. Remember that thing? And Rory got online. He found his niche, right? He left the phone company, got online. He became the first internet guru out there. As soon as the internet came alive, he found his thing. He found his passion. He found a way to take his skill set to the rest of the world. He went online and became a lead generation company. What did all of us young entrepreneurs need as we're getting online to build our businesses? Now, not just in this country, but worldwide. We needed leads. Rory became the #1 lead generation company on the planet. No one knew how to do what this kid knew how to do. It's plain and simple. There's a lot of other companies out there, and most of them are selling stuff that's already been sold 6 times before you bought it from them, right? And they were way overpriced. Rory's motto back then when I first met him, under promise, over deliver. But nobody knew how to produce the quantity or quality of leads that he knew how to produce. So he became the #1 lead generation company on the planet. And he still holds that title today. The only difference is he doesn't sell his leads to the public anymore. Matter of fact, he doesn't sell them at all. Tanya and Rory have taken their lead generation abilities, and their philanthropy, and they invest it into you. You never have to pay for that. No one else out there is doing that. I guarantee you could waste 2 years looking for it. You won't find it. Nobody else is doing that. He still holds that title today, the #1 lead generation company. What else did we need as we're getting online for the first time? We needed a website. We needed some place to send that traffic that explained our business opportunity or the products or whatever we were marketing, because he's representing people all over the world right now. There's a lot of different companies and a lot of different products. We needed a website that explained that to the people that we could send to that website. There's other companies out there doing that too. We try some of them. One of them was getting like 1 in 50 visitors to the site would fill out the form at the end and ask you to call them. One of the one of the better ones, one of the gooder ones were getting 1 in 25. We thought that's probably the industry standard, right? Rory built his first website, 1 in 10. He's a pretty good writer. He understands all that sales psychology and the wording and how to relate and show the benefits and the value to the person reading it. And he's teaching everybody else how to do that now too. 1 in 10. But guess what? That wasn't even good enough for him. He tweaked it, rebuilt it, reworded it, did everything he knows how to do, moving it around, and got it down to 1 in 5. Now Rory's happy. No one else can touch what he knows how to do, guys. That's who you're getting in business with. That's the techie brain and the guy that strives to always be the best and help you take the best out there to the world. I met him for the first time when I flew to Miami. The first couple of weeks that I met him, he gave me his personal phone number, said, now, if you need any help at all, call me. Big mistake. I called him every day for 3 weeks, I think, because I'm not a techie. How'd this button work? How'd that button work? How do I do this? How do I do that? And you know what? He was always happy to help, always smiling, always laughing, always happy that I learned something new. And when I finally had a chance to meet him in Miami, I flew down there to go meet him. I think I was in Virginia at the time. Yep, I was in Virginia. Flew down to Miami to meet him. We attended the same event. I found him. We had dinner. We grabbed a drink. We're in South Beaches in Miami. What do you do when you're down there? You watch the sunset over the water on the beach, right? But we talked about our wives, children, and the future, and our goals, and everything we wanted to accomplish. And I knew that day, wow, this is an incredible human being right here. And he's that guy. You shake his hand and look at his eyes. When you're talking, he never takes his eyes off your eyes. You know that kind of people? He really wants to hear every word you say because he wants to know exactly how he can help you with whatever it is you're trying to achieve in your life. That's the kind of guy he is. And I knew I wanted to be a part of his life in some way, shape, or form. I had no idea what it was going to turn into, how big it was going to get, how incredible of a life it was going to be. But I just knew I wanted to know this guy and have him be a part of my life and me be a part of his. A couple of years later, I got to fly out to Utah, meet his wonderful wife, Tanya. I walked in the front door, and I can't wait to meet this co-founder, Tanya, right? I see a young lady raising 7 children. 6 of them played football, right? So we already know how busy she is there, and running several other businesses. And you'll hear her story soon, all the businesses that she was involved in, and also helping Rory get this off the ground and training the people that he brought in through all his creativeness. I realized real quickly she's one of the most organized people I ever met. Watch Linda's face, because she's helped me, she's helped Linda take our day apart, put it back together, and find an extra hour in there somewhere. I don't even know how she did it sometimes. One of the most organized people you ever meet. She schedules every hour, every minute, every hour of every day, of every week, all month long, the year down the road. Linda, watch this. 2 years down the road, she's got things planned, events planned for all of us that will go off on time, without a hitch, as planned, perfectly organized, because that's who she is, right? And I realized this super organized person met this highly creative techie together. They complement each other perfectly, and they're going to become a power couple on this planet. And guess what? I was right. Jim Rohn told me 25, 26, 27 years ago. I can't remember exactly when he said this, but he actually tapped on my table and said, now the true legends on this planet are the people who find the ways to help the most other people. To me, that was the definition of Rory and Tanya. And I stayed in their life for 3 decades now. We've traveled the world together. We've celebrated holidays together. I know his kids. They know my kids. It's a great life. I actually called them family, even though they're still my mentors, younger than me and my mentors, because they're incredible people. And anytime I meet somebody incredible that knows more than me about any subject, I pay attention. I listen. I absorb. I want to be around those people, right? That's who I am. That's who you guys are getting business with. When I said earlier, this changed the course of my life, I really mean that. Construction worker turned mechanic. I went to the airport after graduating. I only worked there for 8 months, quit. I've been home ever since. 34 years ago. Well, 34 years ago, I've been in the industry. Once I quit the airport, I came, grabbed my toolbox, went home, been home ever since. And it's been an incredible ride. I gave my kids a better life than I ever thought. I went from the dad who barely got to see them, lucky to get home and give them a kiss on the forehead and say, brush your teeth, go to bed, good night, right? Now I'm the dad who got to put them on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice, go to every volleyball practice, even went to cheer camp because I had a daughter that was not cheer camp, but cheerleading practice. And I was the silly dad on the sideline with the pom-poms, yeah, learning the routine, making everybody laugh, having a great time. I even got other dads and moms involved, and they were starting to do that after I was doing it for a while. Why? Because I love my kids. Every decision I ever made. When I first got involved, it was about, can I just make an extra 500 or 1,000 a month, spoil my kids more on the weekend? I did that the first month. Well, I could do that. Maybe I could do more. I can every month it got a little bit bigger. Why? Because Niall wanted to be a student in this industry. I met some people that changed my vision of the whole industry. And when I seen the incomes that they were making, and I talked to them and picked their brains, I found out the only difference between them and me is they've been doing it longer. They were from so many different education levels, so many different career positions, so many different parts of the country and the world that they all had a common thread. They just put the time in. They studied the industry. They followed a system. They put forth the effort, and they didn't do the one mistake you could do here: give up on yourself and quit. If you make that promise to yourself, I will not give up on myself and quit, then you're going to hit your goals too. And whatever you came here for, whether it's an extra 1,000 a month for me, like me, or you want to make a whole new career out of it, quit your job, walk away, like I did, and Linda did, and Stacy, and so many other people you're going to meet here, you found your home. If you're looking for a place where you can build an incredible business that you can also pass off to future generations one day, then you found your, while you're also helping other people having a positive impact on their life. You absolutely found your home here, and we welcome you with open arms. So it's without any further delay, I want you guys to know every day I get up, I pinch myself. I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm happy to take this message to the world. We're not going to rest until we're in every country, on every continent, and giving every family a lift up anywhere we can find them and change this planet a little bit at a time, one person at a time, right? That's our mission. That's our goal. Rory's mission, he always talks about paying it forward. There's nothing more that I like better than be a part of something that's paying it forward. So without any further delay, I want to welcome my brother, co-founder, our mentor, our leader, and just an incredible human being, the one you guys are all getting in business with, Mr. Rory Ricord. The microphone's yours. Take it away. Can't wait to
Thank
hear
you so much. And I got to tell you guys will notice this is for new members, so you guys get to know who we are. And Tanny and I are always so blessed to have our brother Niall come on here. You guys, you know, you got to pick your family sometimes, right? Like we got to pick our family with Niall, but you know, I just gonna always just put this out there. He's been in the trenches with us building. He's been in the trenches with us to make things better and better, as all of our MSIs. And that's, you guys, it builds quite the friendship when you achieve things and you have the same common direction. We want to help the world be a better place. And we got the Linda Horns and the Sheila Matchett's and the Stacy Southwards and the Melissa Gable and the Deanna Youngs and the Dina Eddy, and we got, I mean, all of our MSIs. I probably should name them all. The Andy Perrymans, my mind, the Shar Hesses, right? And the Shane Belcito. Shane's been with us for like 20 years too. You guys, we've built quite an assembly of amazing, talented people, and I left a lot of names out, and that's the good thing is I could go on and on and on, and we're attracting more and more, and we're watching people develop up quicker than we ever did before because of the groundbreaking changes we've made to make things easier. And that being said, we're launching something massive here on Saturday. And I want you guys to all be ready for it. So I'm going to go ahead and go through here. Look, there's Sheila coming in. But I was going to say is a lot of people come here 20 minutes after because now we go into the nitty gritty. We roll stuff out and we're going to train on Saturday. So today I'm going to make sure you guys know exactly what's coming. And it's such a big deal that I need to make sure I'm conveying the right information about how marketing is going to work and what to expect. Because when we go into it on Saturday, even though we're going to be training all day, it's going to go by quick, and it's going to be a lot. And then we're in motion. And really what Saturday is about is so you guys understand what's been being built for years with the business of our at-home education program, right? We're going to cover some more of that stuff in a second. So let me pull up some notes. I'm going to also tell you guys, write them down, but I'm going to give you the link to these notes first. So you have it. Actually, I'll give it to you last. Niall, I'm going to send it to you. And if you can do me a favor, is post it later. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put it in WhatsApp because you can't copy and paste in this program.
I can, but it's easier in WhatsApp. Got it. That's my WhatsApp notification.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me share my screen. So calendar of events, April 20th is Saturday. That's this Saturday, guys. It's this coming Saturday. And I'm going to go over what we're doing at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, right? We have our 2-hour training, and this is for preparations for later in the day. Like, we're going to be covering some things in that 2-hour training that are going to be very timely for the event later in the day. And then at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, Niall and Ordina Eddie will be, who are our top recruiters, guys. They're going to be teaching how to do V-marketing. Now, this is something we put a lot of focus on because this is the supercharger to our engine here. All right. The V-marketing allows you to take the most advantage of paid for you marketing and aspects to build every area around what we do here. And we teach it hands-on every day, really, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday, we put a big focus with everybody coming on for the training on Saturday. And you guys, this is how we're building the biggest. This is our biggest component of growth is the V-marketing. Okay. That's where the paid marketing is. This is also where we push the comfort levels for most people. And if you don't push your comfort levels, you're not going to grow, right? Then at noon Pacific or 3 p.m. Eastern, that's our 3-hour virtual event. And this is where we're going to be rolling out some incredible training on futures that we will be in the making already. We're already in the making of them. Our futures are great. And you guys, we're going to be really breaking down the Brain Food Academy system curriculum, so you guys get a really good knowledge of what that is. And it's in full ready mode. We can start marketing and putting actual parents and students in this week. It's here. It's really here. Okay. And I got to tell you, it's freaking unbelievable. Okay. Now our job is to get the word out there and start marketing. So we'll be pressing on that ongoing. I'm also going to let you guys know that we're going to cover how the pay works on all this stuff because we're rolling out a bunch of things that enhances what we're doing, enhances what we're offering the world, but also enhances your income. You know, Tanya and I have really, really been working on how do we get more people to make money quicker and do it right. And the evolution of things has allowed this to happen. And it's so incredible. We're going to be really covering that. I'm going to come back to this in a little bit. Today's training is to get you ready for what's coming. It's so big that it can't just be a day and we go. No, we got to get you ready for the training. And that was, you guys, we're launching the PBS Vortex Saturday as well. Okay. And the launch of that is not a one-day launch and we go. It is such a big deal, a big changeover. We're going to literally be setting up hundreds, if not thousands, into it immediately. And it's going to put a lot of stress on the staff and everything. And then we're going to be in a smooth momentum, but it has to be done the right way. And We have an organizational thing that we're going to be doing. So I'm going to cover that so you guys know and are ready for it. But this Saturday marks the beginning of the better. Like so much more is going to be at our fingertips and disposal, and the marketing machines and the automations and the things that we have already. And it's also the things that are going to be that are continually to be built and released in the future. In case you guys, if you've been around for any period of time here, we do not let anything grow moss or mold on it. We're constantly improving and moving and keeping up, if not advanced to what's coming. We can see a lot of trends. We want to be ready for them. That's what true marketing is about. All right, I'm gonna go down to my next page. May 5th. Now, this is a big day for us with our number one anchor offer, Bella Vita. May 5th is Cinco de Mayo, and it's the anniversary of Bella Vita. It's 4 years. I should put 4 on here. 4 years old. All right. And we're going to be coming broadcasting on vellavita.live, live from Torreon, Mexico. And we're going to be celebrating, training, and rolling out incredible things for our futures there as well. You guys, so we're going to have this big, huge thing on the 20th. And then boom, 2 weeks later, it's going to be another big, huge drop. And this is why we wanted to roll it out as fast as we could, because we know that we're having it's going to be like a roller coaster, boom, and then boom. And you guys, it's all going the same direction to help propel us. Our job is to make sure you're educated, trained, informed to take advantage of it. This is also a 3-hour event, 5 p.m. Eastern till 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of things timed out on the timing to go over it. 3 hours is going to go by super quick. It's going to be quicker than any movie you've ever watched. Even though it's 3 hours long, it's going to be so impactful. Now, I have, obviously, I'm privy to information. And I'm telling you that what I know, and I don't know everything, but what I do know is so freaking awesome that I've gotten permission to get things ready, because Tanny and I will be in Torreon, and then we're going to be, at taking care of that. And then we're going to be flying home the following day. We're not going to have time to get with you guys. So we're going to pre-record a bunch of things that we cannot release to you until after that event. And then we're going to let Niall on our channel here, on the webinar channel here, he's going to get on with everybody and share it. And it's timely. Like, it's going to have a window of opportunity, and then it's gone. So as soon as the event is over, you want to get right to that call. And the MS Niall will be on there with some MSIs, and they're going to release this stuff to you, and then it's take action. Also, we are going to be given the location and timing of the event, the next convention, which will be September, October timeframe. And it's going to be in South America. It's going to be like Costa Rica. It could be Punta Cana. It could be Panama. It could be somewhere out there, Mexico. I don't know. I know what I put my bid in for. Not that I know how much sway I have, but you guys, I'm going to tell you, you're going to need your passport, and you're going to need that anyway. Now, you guys, we get to go to special places, and I also know, guys, we're in a true global worldwide company. Enjoy that, right? I also know that we have a new product that's going to be announced at the event in September, October, that immediately puts us to market in 200 countries with something that nobody else has. It's super exclusive, cutting edge. And for us to take the most advantage of that, we need to build our teams bigger so we have bigger outreach. Because at the end of the day, we're distribution. We represent distribution. And I'm going to talk about that today, because I think you guys need to understand that, to understand the gravity of how awesome these changes are coming, what they mean for us. If you haven't been in a professional marketing area, this might be, a little bit foreign, but it's so, oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot believe we get this. I feel like, it's like Niall, what you said, you pinch yourself in the morning. I feel like I live a dream anyway. Like, I feel like I'm living the best life ever. I just gotta go to sleep, wake up, and do it again and again and again. I'm gonna go to our technology stuff and go through here, you guys. Okay, so make sure you guys are on this. Okay, now we should have watch parties. We get people, throwing their own little parties. It's Cinco de Mayo, right? Tacos and tequila, do not drink tequila until after you take care of things after our webinar thing. Okay. So after the second Zoom, then you can tequila it up. Until then, you want to be focused on what's being released. So you guys, we're expanding, and I know you guys know this. I'm working on teams in Israel. We got teams all throughout North America, obviously, Australia. I actually was in contact today with someone that came in off of our leads. It's in Hong Kong, which is just great. And we're going to be working on a lot of things to help expand our businesses and the reach. And in order to do that, you need technology and tools and resources to do that. Okay. Well, resources take time and energy and money to develop. We've been doing that. We're not new at this. So I'm going to roll this down, and I'm going to get us ready for what's coming. Okay. Technology, the power of data, leads, generating leads. We've been doing it for decades. Your database is gold. Okay. Now we teach you how to fish here. And not only do we teach you how to fish, how to market your PBS, how to grow email lists, right? Which is something that's been very, very weak in the whole RRR247 thing overall. It just has been. And why? Well, a lot of resources weren't working the way it needs to be. I had tools and stuff that I was utilizing that I couldn't duplicate very well. So I built this list of things to work on. We've gone the path to do it, and I get to give it to you guys. And not only do I get to give it to you, that we get to give it to you. It's a we. It's a lot of people involved, and I got to tell you, I'm going to always say this: if it wasn't for God, this wouldn't happen. There's no way. The coming together of all these pieces, I can't even take credit for it. I'm a good steward. I respond to the technology and understand it and see where it's at and put things together. But you guys, it's been such a phenomenal journey to get here. But what we're able to do is not just what I know we need to do, but we're building for what's coming in the future, and we can keep adding to it. We just moved everybody into a new CRM. We're still moving people over from the previous CRM into the new, but we're all working forward in the new CRM. And yeah, it's a change, it's a shift. I was mentioning this to the instructors yesterday, is I am so proud at how well we've adapted and moved into this new technology, because even though it's better, far superior, and it's awesome, it's also changed, and it's also different than what we've all been accustomed to. But the adaptation and the patience and the perseverance and the grit shown with our instructors and the leadership to do it has just been way better than I expected. And I expected pretty great things. We have great people, but man, I've been very, very impressed. And yeah, we got some growing pains and some education things to work through, but nothing like I expected or anticipated. And it's just incredible. So I'm going to go over this, the power of data. So, we've been generating data and using it over and over again very well for years. We're major lead generators. You'll hear that we're the biggest in the world. We are. And I don't even need to say it humbly. We've just been very blessed to be in the same profession and the foresight to keep everything, even when the technology didn't really allow it. I can tell you that over the years, we had databases that we had to manually copy and paste over. There was no formal way to do it. That we had locked things. We had stuff that we had to, hire people to input and get set up in different ways. You guys, not everything was as easy as it is today in technology, and we did that. And it allowed us to grow and grow and grow. And we've been spending a lot of money. We spend millions of dollars a year in marketing, and we maintain that data and use it very well. And that's what instilled the habits and the patterns that I use to come up with, the solution of performance blogging in the first place. And, all the answers of meditation and prayer and the God-driven directions to where we are today. And I'm just going to tell you that data is king. If you don't have people to market to or people to talk to, you don't have a business of any kind, right? You got to have, resources of people to talk to. And even though there are all sorts of billions of people on the planet, if you don't have a means to communicate with them, What are you gonna do? Walk around, drive. You got to have a means of mass communication. You got to have a way to reach out, and we've been creating that for decades. You guys, our database is over 1.1 billion records. We have an eighth of the world in our database, mainly English speakers. I'll put that in very strong context. And we're growing, but that database that we've been building over decades and decades and decades has allowed us to be smarter about how we monetize that data, how we reach out to it. And what we've built in the PBS Vortex, which you guys are getting released to on this weekend, allows us to take our data and the way we generate it and share it with you, our family, in a way that you can benefit from it today, tomorrow, and your legacy. We're sharing it. We have so much. It's more than we could possibly ever use for ourselves. And it's more than we can use for everybody here. Because a billion goes a long way. And by the time we get to millions of families, we're going to have billions of data. And we have a way to lock it to you, to tie it in what I call programmed integrity. We have it in our Bella Vita products or programs. We have it in everything in RRR. And with the PBS Vortex, it completes it in so many areas to where you do the time and the work and the energy to connect with that and build that high touch relationship. That lead is tied to you through continually. And we're going to have the hooks and the ways to market it professionally so that you don't have to. You don't need to hire a team to do it. We do it for everybody. I get to be that control freak dad, right? That says, hey, this is how we're going to do it right. We're going to spend our money, resources, and time to do it right for us anyway. We're going to do it for the whole family so that all they got to do is focus on what they can do best, build relationship and trust, do the B marketing, blast out their PBS, gain traffic, use the PBS Vortex to not only generate and cultivate, but also to generate more and more traffic to their system and help feed the right activities to rank us up with SEO and stuff with Google, all that we can control. And we teach them what they got to do. And we work smart and use technology and the right people behind it to do what's necessary to grow our reach. And that's what the PBS Vortex does. Now, in addition to that, we're rolling out a way to eliminate our costs. So you guys, we are going from what used to cost $350 upwards of $400 a month to do the business, and we're dropping it down below $250 and made our profitability even better. And we're going to cover all this on Saturday, but what it means is if you're sitting on the fence and didn't go to work, you need to go to work. It's never, ever been this easy and this bountiful as what we are releasing this weekend. We did something that brilliant companies do, and that is we took expenses and turned them into opportunity. We figured out how much we needed to invest to bring things in-house, away from third party, and turn those profits into a shared revenue system for our utopian community here. We did something so impressive in that regard. We're going to be rolling it out. We're going to be teaching how to do it. And there's a way we got to roll it out based on our leadership here, right? So we're going to get this out to the MSIs immediately. They're going to push it out to the PSIs, GSIs, and instructors, and then to the students. And this allows for everything. And not only that, but we were able to roll all these services into one, reduce our overhead costs, and created a way to create income out of it that we didn't have before for everybody. That's perfection. That is a pivotal thing that's going to put us in a new realm to grow faster and help people achieve more. And Tanya and I brought this up before and I stopped. I'm going right back to it. We knew that we needed to find a way to get people to $500 in profit every week. The easier we make that number possible. We don't need people to get the 10 grand. That's great, but we got to help people that need to change shift their income, shift their mindset, and see success to $500 a week. We got to make that easier, more attainable sooner for more people, and that will progress us to where we need to go. That's what we got to focus on, and that's the I would call it the threshold or the barrier we need to overcome in order to get where we want to go in our vision. We want to help millions of families. We got to fix that. Okay, we isolated it. We've been working on it. We've been chiseling away. A lot of prayer, a lot of meditation, and watching the path and the nudges and where to go. here we are. And some of those nudges weren't so much nudges. Some of them were a freaking cross check. Like when you're playing hockey, that sends you right into the glass. I played hockey; it'll be an analogy, but it was that. It was so blatantly strong. We had to do that, and we're doing that. And even the hard changes, or the changes that feel hard, when you understand it's the right direction, then they become easy. And all these things are led up, and all these things have been done. And our deadline to launch it is Saturday the 20th, and everything is falling in place to make it happen. And we've done a lot. Tremendous, and it's the power of a deadline, right? And every event is a deadline. Like we have deadlines for us when we go to Punta Cana and sit down with Costa on the stuff that we need and where we need to be. We got deadlines for the anniversary and where we got to be. We had deadlines for the 20th, obviously. And then we're going to launch new deadlines for the event and the convention, because we're going to want to push everybody to excel so that we have that awesome energy to celebrate and then push to the next level when we go there. And you guys, it's not just for big achievers. It's for little people that want to grow bigger. And I mean little as they only have an hour a week. They're little people in business that are trying to get something to go, and they're trying to learn, and they want to get more. We got to help them achieve more, right? And they can become bigger marketers and bigger impact in the community because they can afford to be. If you can help the littlest component become stronger, that's how you win. And we get to do that. We get to help grow everybody to be as big and I guess wonderful to the community as they want to be. The more you want to help pay it forward, we're here to help pay it forward to you, to help you get you there. That's how this works. And so we're always trying to reach out to that. And you guys, and I've always treated anyone I worked with like they were my most amazing asset ever, because you know that the power they have, you can see somebody and say, man, they can do great things. And when you can see the greatness in somebody, all you have to do is help nurture it, right? It's like it's like an ember of a flame that you can bolster with love, support, and energy to help them get bigger and brighter. And then look at the reach of that heat, right? Look at the element they can ripple effect and help others and others and others. We got to guide it, find it, mature it, and do it. And that's what somebody did with me. Mentor saw like a glimmer of promise with me and saw greatness with me and believed in me and were there to help support me, push me, sometimes harsh words of truth and what do they call that? The tough love. I received tough love along my way to get me to open up the right direction and go. And then you look back, you're like, you're so grateful they were there for you, because you know what? We can't do it on our own. No one was meant to do it on your own. I'll tell you this, Tanya and I strive to walk with God. And if we're not walking with God, it never works out. And when you're able to help God's children in the ways that your talents were given to you, that's just awesome. And I get to be in a celebratory mode, because that's exactly what we get to do to a whole different level this weekend. And it's been happening up to this weekend. We just get to sit down with everybody in a very powerful 3 hours and physically launch it, mentally launch it, emotionally launch it. And then after the launch is when all the work kicks in, because now we got to execute it, get everybody involved with it, get everybody trained with it, because it becomes the new norm. That's what comes after that. And then we're going to be with, some of our top guys and gals. I always say guys, but I mean, we have a lot of women here, more than men. But we'll be there in Punta Cana to celebrate and also plan out some strategic things that are going to happen in the very near future. And then we're off to the May 5th event. And then you guys, then we're really going to work, and we're going to be working all summer to celebrate in the fall together. And the second those tickets go on sale, be ready. It's a commitment. You buy the ticket, you can figure out the airfare and the other stuff later. Buy the ticket. Costa, I've already talked to him about it. He's going to offer the best price out the gate. That rewards us for taking action now. And like always, as we bring new people into our teams all the time, because that's what this is about, they get the best price for the first 30 days they come in, so they don't lose out. But those of us that take action right away get treated the best based on value and price. And we want to commit to that. You're going to need a passport. It's not in the United States. It's going to be somewhere in South America, right? And I've repeated this a couple times today in trainings, but you guys watch Tanya and I travel the world, and there is something amazing in your growth and understanding and patience and compassion once you see how all the other world is. There are things you don't expect that you're going to see that make you a better person. And being immersed in it just has advantages. And we get to do it in a way that we get not only, I mean, it's a tax benefit, we get to write it off, it's our business, but we also get the energy exchange that we have with our teams being together. And I'm gonna just, you guys, I'm so excited for it. You know, we're back into a rhythm of events, right? We don't have at least at the moment, right? We don't have anything else getting in the way. But you guys, we're going to be able to travel to Europe. We're going to be able to travel to these beautiful places and also other places around the US, like always. I mean, the US is very big, right? And beautiful places. But you guys, we're in a worldwide business here, and that's something we wanted. And we did, that was purposeful. You know, Niall brings it up because that's who we are. You know, you guys, there is such a world of people to work with, exchange ideas and understanding with. And you know, it's amazing how you can grow when you're experiencing these things, but also watching God's hand touch others, even across continents. It doesn't matter. It's there's something just amazing about it. And I always tell everybody, I don't have like the travel bug. I have the people bug. I just love people, and the more cultured they are and the difference they have, that keeps it interesting. Things for me to learn and be challenged with and understanding, and also I want to really understand why people think the way they do and where their environment came from. Because if you understand where they're coming from, you can understand how to relate to them. And if you're trying to give them a better way of life, you need to understand how to communicate with them. And so the more I can immerse in that, the better it is for what my goals are as a human. And we get to do all that and then take that into account and focus on that in all the different areas of how we market. And you guys are going to be seeing some incredible programming that's involved in all of our technology to allow us to take advantage of those measures. But we're going to be doing it as a collective. We're going to be doing it in a professional manner so that we don't all have to focus our time on that. We focus our time on what's the most valuable. And that is making new relationships. That is, building relationship and trust with more and more people that want to be part of a community like us that don't even know what all we're about yet, right? They just want a difference and we get to invite them into that. That's what we want to focus more time on. And that's where the growth comes in. And then we teach them how to build their PBS, participate in the marketing, but all the actual nooks and crannies of the marketing is going to be done by the system and the right superior talent behind it for all of us. And it's all included in a very awesome package that's now also part of our income streams. And we're going to cover all of that on Saturday. Now, I'm bringing this stuff up, guys. Like I'm getting you guys ready, and it's taking up our entire day on Tuesday. Niall, you can go ahead and share the link of these notes. You guys can go over all this. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to highlight a few things, and then I'm going to come back on, and then I need to bring up. 2 weeks ago, I put out $1 million challenge. I need to bring up some stuff on here. Brielle,
Yeah,
have you been taking roll call?
I sure have. It's all done.
Josh, I love you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Guys, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Niall, you can go ahead and share that if you haven't already.
It's out there.
Perfect. You guys, and that's this Google Doc. Now I'm going to tell you, if you don't have a place to go watch this with create a place, right? If you have a spouse, have them sit down and watch the event. That's April 20th. That's May 5th. We have two big ones. Okay. Oh my gosh, I love this. We're gonna break Google Docs one of these days. Mark my words. Yeah, they want me to do the publishing, but usually I make this like a web page. But we're gonna do that right now until we break it, and then I'll do web pages. Right. So we did a challenge. By the way, April 20th is 420. We have exactly 420 participants on this Zoom right now. How cool is that? So while we're here, I put this out as a challenge, and I expected about 54. I wrote down 54, and we had, I don't know, what do we have, 100 and something now? And everybody that committed to that, this is how it goes. Today, we're gonna bring it up. We're taking roll on everybody that's here, so your attendance is a must. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're going to start right after May 5th. So May 5th is a Sunday. May 6th is our Monday. I should be on the trainings Monday. That's the plan. If all the flights go well. If not, we have a backup. We'll have Niall probably run things. Then Tuesday, we're back in Orlando. So Tuesday, we're back in Orlando. And Tuesday, that's the 7th of May. That's after all these events. Everybody that committed to that. Okay, now I'm going to do one final call out today. And Brielle, if you can grab these.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. If we're gonna add, and she's got it all alphabetized, folks, so she's gonna have to go correct the list here. This is the last call out, and what we're gonna happen is on May 7th, directly following the Tuesday night PBS training, I'm gonna spend an extra 10 to 15 minutes on a focus point to help you get to become a millionaire in what we do here. Now, I wanted to get this list ready prior to April 20th, prior to May 5th, not just because I want to be overwhelmed, but because I wanted you guys to manifest now before you see the tools and resources you're about to be given. Because now it's going to make more sense, but I know who to focus with on the bigger picture. So we've got the method to make $500 a month easier than we've ever done before. And if you do that, now when the leaders kick in, if you can lead a lot of people to $500 a week, you're going to be able to grow some amazing growth yourself. And once you start duplicating that with your teams, boom, you're going to see the math happen. So now that I've given you all the resources these next couple of weeks, and we've given you the resources, and Bella Vita's lined out some stuff, it's nice to know what's coming. Then when we sit down in a very professional setting right after the Tuesday call, what I'll tell you is available, what I tell you is possible, and what I tell you you need to do should make such mathematical, logical sense. You will know that the only way you're not going to do it is if you quit on yourself. And if you just do what I tell you to do, and we do it consistently, and you're willing to grow and ask for help and acknowledge what you need on the series that we're going to go through, you're going to get there. And we're going to continue it until we're hitting the millionaire status, because by that time we are going to have passed on knowledge and training so remarkably well that our leaders are going to be able to carry that method on to create the next wave of millionaires here and the next wave of millionaires here. I didn't do this before because we didn't have everything lined up. I've had a vision of what we needed. Didn't know how we're going to get there, just trust and faith. And here we are releasing where I know what we have now. It's time. It's time. It's not time just for a few to be able to get into the millionaire status. It's anybody that wants it can get there. You just got to have grit, persistence, and you can't quit. And here's the thing too. You will have to make absolute sacrifices of things that you care about right now that you probably shouldn't be caring about. I'm not talking about sacrificing your family and your family priorities. I'm talking about television. I'm talking about needless rabbit holes on the computer or Instagram or whatever you do. I'm talking about rearranging your things and your priorities so that you can put you first and what you deserve so you can take care of others. So if you missed that call out, maybe you weren't ready then, maybe this is ringing to you today, or you weren't on because you're brand new. If you want to be an absolute millionaire, meaning you're making more than $20,000 a week, that's a millionaire to me. If you're not making $1 million a year, you're not a millionaire. You've acquired millions of dollars, great, but you don't know how to create millions if you aren't creating millions. And I'm going to tell you, I made my first million at 17. It was so easy to spend. It didn't matter. It was like nothing. You need to have cash flow of millions coming in, right? Don Tulini, it wasn't on the list. Now, if you're on the list already and you're raising your hand, you're already not following what I'm going to ask you to do. Be aware. Did you commit last time? This isn't like, make sure I'm on the list. Make sure you're new. Okay, perfect. Who's dropping hand? Okay. Brielle, I'm going to let you get that. I stopped this early to get that.
Thank you. I will get it.
I'm glad to see you on the Robert. Robert is joining me every Thursday. He made a commitment to me at our Orlando event. You guys, I got him to ride crazy roller coasters. And he always tells me, if I can do that, I can do it. Yeah, if you did that, you can do this. He overcame that fear, guys. And he is doing amazing. Very proud of you, Robert. Look at all this.
So there are hands
Yeah.
up that are already on my list. So if you're
If you're on the list, if they're already on the list, yeah, just go ahead and skip over that. You guys, if you know you're on the list already from last time, you can lower it. But like Bill, you're already on the list. I know, because
Sheila Matchett, you're already on my list.
which makes me very happy, Sheila. Oh, by the way, Sheila, Daniel should have got with you. He needed some stuff from you. It's all good stuff. Oh my gosh. And you guys, everybody, Sheila Matchett is going to be going under a lot of fun pressure. Her and all the teachers have been so patient waiting for us to get this right. This is going to be a celebration weekend for them. Yep, there's Curtis. Well, this is good. Still more than I thought would show up today, too, guys. Oh my gosh, you guys was blowing me away.
I am done.
You're done?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so fast.
I did the thing I did, and I'll put it in my spreadsheet. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys.
For all hands.
So again, May 7th. Now we're gonna be doing roll call on everybody that's coming this Tuesday, next Tuesday, but May 7th. We're not going an hour. We're gonna go an hour, 20, 25 minutes. But it's just for those that are committed to this. We'll excuse everybody else. And then we're gonna go to focused time to get everybody what they need to do, the direction week by week by week. That's going to be your call to action every Tuesday on what you need to do to become a millionaire here. And I'm also going to put this out there. A lot of things I'm going to be pulling from. I'm going to be giving you guys homework. I'm going to be giving you stuff to read. I'm going to be giving you guys some stuff to really ponder and think about. Mindset, activities, all that stuff's going to start changing. This isn't a one-time thing. It's going to take as long as it takes. I'm expecting it to go months. That's what happens. It takes months.
Are these new hands going up, or people raising their hand after Braille said she was done?
I think these are the same people.
Yeah.
Well, we're good. You got it all right, Brielle? We're going to call it, you guys?
Yeah.
You guys, we love you so much, and we are so glad to be part of this with you. It's time, you guys. We've been pushing through with diligence. I mean, just put this in perspective, and I'm going to leave it. I'm going to drop the mic with this. We didn't know how long it was going to take to achieve something we could teach anybody and everybody have amazing time and financial freedom. That's what we promise. We didn't know how long it was going to take when we set up to do this. We just knew we weren't going to quit. I buckled down. I'm going to knock this out, or I'm going to die trying. There's not I don't know how to quit. That's something I've never picked up a habit of. And I say it that way is I'm going to be here thick and thin. We're going to figure it out. We will make whatever changes necessary to make sure we ride that out there. But knowing, I mean, I think we're nearing 200 people now that want to do that. I'm there for you. That's a solid reason to be there. You guys have seen enough around there that what you know matters, who you know matters, what you execute matters, what you spend your time with matters. Now we're going to do it in a very measured way and with some good accountability. All right. God bless everyone. See you guys in the training. And tomorrow, guys, catch Sheila. Sheila's going to be a little bit more excited tomorrow than probably other times because we're not waiting